Remember, rhythm is about signposting. A good way to understand rhythm is to think of driving along a road where there's lampposts going by. Now, if all the lampposts are identical, you don't know where you are. But say there's a red lamppost every fifth lamppost. You go, oh, there's a red, there's a red, there's the red. You sort of get a sense of how many posts have gone by. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, supposing there was a blue one as well as a red one and then a post missing, then you really start to get a good idea. So these three principles are signposts or accents that show you how rhythm works. Rhythm is not exactly that. It's unsignposted. We need to signpost it. And we signpost it by the three things that I've just shown you. All right? Misstrokes, accents, and lows and highs. Now, once you get this principle, you're not actually then strumming with this idea that I must do this rhythm. Doodaloo, I learned it from a book. And it's like a straitjacket. Oh, if you're someone, say that you're playing with someone else and they change the rhythm a little bit, you'll be lost. Believe me, you'll be lost. So this method, you're just chugging along. If I'm strumming guitar, those things just, once you've actually learned them, you just put them into action. All you do is keep your hands steady. Now remember, if you haven't seen the first video on body rhythm, it's probably a good idea if you check that out, because that will teach you how to steady your playing. The other thing is, obviously, you keep your hands moving evenly. Signposting will help that, but if we're doing body rhythm, as I explained in the first video, then that will help you keep the whole thing steady. You won't be doing something like this, for example, where it's all over the place. We want it. You get the idea? You want it to be steady. If it's not steady, it has a agitating effect on people that are listening to it. They go, what's going on? Even if it's just fluctuating a little bit. That's why the body rhythm thing's so important. All right, we're going to do one other very simple principle to really cap off your rhythm playing here. And then I'll give you one little extra thing that you can practice. So understanding clearly, you've got three things to practice now. We've explained them several times. And all you basically got to do is start at number one. Learn to do number one. Set yourself up a little notepad. You know, draw your little circles so that you can, you know, do a miss on a particular one. Then draw your pluses so you can hit some of them louder. Combine that with the misses, and you'll soon see that it's pretty much infinite. The possibilities are great. Then add the low and the high strings exponentially. The whole thing increases your ability to make up rhythms. You've suddenly got a huge Lego set. All right, now we're going to move to a couple of final points. This is a left hand thing. So we're going to put the left hand here so you can see the left hand a little better. It's called bouncing the left hand to produce a staccato note. So we do that by going like this. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And when every time you hit it, squeeze. Don't think about the release. Squeeze. And squeeze, the back side of squeeze is release. Squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. See? Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. So what are you actually doing? You're squeezing at the point of contact. Now that will enable you to do all kinds of funk rhythms, whatever you want, basically, by learning to squeeze. All right, so take your fingers off. See me squeezing there? There, produce the staccato note. If I don't squeeze, I'll show you. Without squeezing, with squeezing. Same right hand movement, different left hand movement. Let's do it again. Now we're squeezing. So your left hand's got to kind of dance with your right hand. Once again, let me explain to you, don't think of releasing, think of squeezing. So really, what have we learned? We've learned 4 exercises, 4 simple exercises. You can make it as simple as you like. You go, okay, I'm going to go da 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 da, squeeze da 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 da, squeeze da 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 da, squeeze da 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 da, squeeze da 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 da, squeeze. Or apply pressure. It's just like a pressure. And as soon as you do that, you will automatically release. Don't squeeze and hold. Squeeze and release. Squeeze like that. Okay? We'll do one final thing. This one's an additive. You don't have to do that. The 3 first exercises are crucial. The 4th exercise is pretty much crucial too. The squeezing and releasing. Left hand stuff. By doing that, you can do pretty much any strum. Okay, we're going to learn this little additive, and that's going to finish this lesson. This additive explains a very simple point. How do we get even more variety with our right hand? Well, I use a little technique called rasguiado. I think that's how you say it. Where I push the fingers out of the right hand. You can hear it sounds like the Lone Ranger. Diddle-lump, 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 dum-dum. Like that. Now, most people when they do it, they'll get this. What you've got to do is push your 3rd and your 4th fingers. Follow that by your 2nd, then your pick. I'll try and do it slow. What I do is I keep this finger here, push those, push that, push, and follow by the pick. Keep them slightly separate, in other words. Don't just go like a big floppy rag across the strings. Now, so you get the idea of the rasguiado. I'll do that same strum without the rasguiado. By dragging the pick, you can get a similar effect, but it's not quite the same. But even if you want to do that, you're going to have to practice that. So you can see I'm using these fingers here. And you can see I'm using the squeeze function here. And miss function there. See there? Sometimes if you're practicing the miss and you find your hands wobbling, hit the guitar like your imaginary set of strings there. It's very important not to lose the beat. At the very beginning of this lesson I showed you this. That's the right way to do that particular strum. What's the wrong way? That's the wrong way. Why? Because you're only striking the guitar where you think you hear it should be struck. other words, you're pausing your right hand. In other words, your right hand's not keeping steady pulse, beat. It's not going like a train, or a horse galloping or whatever. It's not steady, it's going down. See the pause there? Down, 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 up, pause. Oh, sorry, down, down, up. And yet instead of doing the miss, you hold your hand there and then hit the next up, down, up. That's wrong. When I say wrong, someone might go, well, you know, that's my way of doing it. Yes, that's true. Everybody has an individual way of playing. There is no absolute rule. But here's something to consider. Everyone has an individual way of walking, but we all walk left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. No one really walks left, 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 right, 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 left, right, left, right, left, 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 sort of thing. That's what this is. You're fighting against the natural laws of coordination of your own body. So yes, you can do it like that, but it's going to be hell awkward and it's going to be much harder. So the first thing to do, even though it may seem a little bit more difficult, is to steady your hand. Keep it even, right? Down, down, up. That miss is very important. That's probably the first drum you want to practice. And don't go on to the next exercise until you can do the first one properly. In other words, learn to do the misses properly without stopping your right hand. Okay, so I think that just about does it. We'll leave this particular lesson here and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye.